This month in history, May. Hey Crash, today we're going to be talking about the 5th month of the year, May.
Cool!
Really? A mayonnaise costume?
It's pronounced mayonnaise, and I had it made specifically for this video. Who says I don't put in enough effort?
That's ridiculous.
Well, someone has to make this video a smooth, creamy experience, and I'm here to squirt us towards success.
Ugh, why do you always have to make things so sexually unsettling?
Hey, you can't spell success without suck.
Hurry up and start the video or else I'm going to be sick all over the studio. And take that stupid outfit off too.
May 1st!
In 1989, Disney MGM Studios opens at Walt Disney World near Orlando, Florida, the United States. In 1999, SpongeBob SquarePants premieres on Nickelodeon after the 1999 Kids' Choice Awards.
May 2nd!
In 2000, US President Bill Clinton announces that the accurate GPS access would no longer be restricted to the military. In 2011, Osama bin Laden, the suspected mastermind behind the September 11 attacks and the FBI's most wanted man, is killed by the United States Special Forces in Abbottabad, Pakistan.
May 3rd.
In 1957, Walter O'Malley, the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers, agrees to move the team from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. In 1960, the off-Broadway musical comedy The Fantastics opens in New York City's Greenwich Village, eventually becoming the longest-running musical of all time.
May the 4th be with you.
In 1959, the first annual Grammy Awards are held.
Soon to be followed by countless more circle jerks in the years to come.
In 1972, the Don't Make a Wave Committee, a fledgling environmental organization founded in Canada in 1971, officially changes its name to the Greenpeace Foundation. In 1979, Margaret Thatcher becomes the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
May 5th.
In 1904, pitching against the Philadelphia Athletics at the Huntington Avenue grounds, Cy Young of the Boston Americans throws the first perfect game in the modern era of baseball. In 1925, the government of South Africa declares Afrikaans an official language.
May 6th.
In 1983, the Hitler Diaries are revealed as a hoax after being examined by experts. In 1996, the body of former CIA Director William Colby is found washed up on a riverbank in southern Maryland 8 days after he disappeared.
May 7th.
In 1994, Edvard Munch's iconic painting The Scream is recovered undamaged after being stolen from the National Gallery of Norway in February. In 2004, American businessman Nick Berg is beheaded by Islamic militants. The act is recorded on videotape and released on the internet.
Please, for your own sake, stay away from that side of the internet, kids! May 8th.
In 1976, the roller coaster The New Revolution, the first steel coaster with a vertical loop, opens at Six Flags Magic Mountain. In 1978, Reinhold Messner and Peter Habler become the first to ascend Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen.
May 9th.
In 1960, the Food and Drug Administration announces it will approve birth control as an additional indication for Searle's Anavid, making Anavid the first approved oral contraceptive pill. In 2001, in Ghana, 129 football fans die in what became known as the Accra Sports Stadium disaster. The deaths are caused by a stampede that followed a controversial decision by the referee.
It's May 10th.
In 1994, Nelson Mandela is inaugurated as South Africa's first black president. In 2013, the One World Trade Center becomes the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere.
May 11th.
In 1813 in Australia, William Lawson, Gregory Blaxland, and William Wentworth lead an expedition across the Blue Mountains west of Sydney. Their route opens up inland Australia for continued expansion throughout the 19th century.
May 12th.
In 2006, Iranian Azeris interpret a cartoon published in an Iranian magazine as insulting, resulting in massive riots throughout the country. In 2008, US Immigration and Customs Enforcement conducts the largest ever raid of a workplace in Postville, Iowa, arresting nearly 400 immigrants for identity theft and document fraud.
May 13th.
In 1939, the first commercial FM radio station in the United States is launched in Bloomfield, Connecticut. The station later becomes WDRC-FM. In 1950, the first round of the Formula One World Championship is held at Silverstone.
May 14th!
In 1643, 4-year-old Louis XIV becomes the King of France upon the death of his father, Louis XIII.
A 4-year-old king? What were his commands? Assistance with eating glue and shitting pureed food?
In 1973, Skylab, the United States' first space station, is launched.
May 15th! It's honestly hurting me so much that I'm running out of ways to say these dates.
In 1928, Walt Disney character Mickey Mouse premieres in his first cartoon, Plane Crazy. In 2004, Arsenal FC go an entire league campaign unbeaten in the English First Division, joining Preston North End FC with the right to claim the title, the Invincibles. In 1929, in Hollywood, the first Academy Awards ceremony takes place. In 1988, a report by the Surgeon General of the United States, C. Everett Koop, states that the addictive properties of nicotine are similar to those of heroin and cocaine. Alright, I know it's coming, so please feel free to get it out of the way.
Here are some significant people who were delivered to us in the beautiful month of May. Actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Twilight's Robert Pattinson. Star Wars creator George Lucas. Live long and prosper, bitches. Prankster Roman Atwood. And of course, here are some noteworthy people who died during May. Artist Leonardo da Vinci. Reggae musician Bob Marley. Jazz singer Frank Sinatra. Explorer Christopher Columbus.
I appreciate you doing that so efficiently, actually. Now, can we move on?
Can I put the costume back on?
No, I can't stand that thing.
I should be free to express myself openly on this show. This is oppression. This is censorship. Culture, you should be ostracized and penalized and circumcised.
Fine, just put the stupid thing on then. Happy? In 1859, members of the Melbourne Football Club codified the first rules of Australian rules football. In 2004, the first legal same-sex marriages in the US are performed in the state of Massachusetts.
May 18th.
In 1912, the first Indian film, Shri Pundalik by Dadasaheb Torn, is released in Mumbai. In 1953, racing pilot Jackie Cochran becomes the first woman to break the sound barrier.
May 19th.
In 1962, a birthday salute to US President John F. Kennedy takes place at Madison Square Garden in New York City. The highlight is Marilyn Monroe's rendition of Happy Birthday. In 1963, the New York Post Sunday magazine publishes Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from Birmingham jail.
May 20th.
In 1891, Thomas Edison's prototype kinetoscope is displayed in public for the first time. In 2010, a social media event is celebrated in response to the Muslim extremist reaction to images of Muhammad.
May 21st.
In 1992, after 30 seasons, Johnny Carson hosted his final episode of The Tonight Show. In 2005, the tallest roller coaster in the world, King Dakar, opens at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson Township, New Jersey.
May 22nd. Oh my.
In 1960, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded, measuring 9.5 on the moment magnitude scale, now known as the Great Chilean Earthquake, hits southern Chile. In 2015, the Republic of Ireland becomes the first nation in the world to legalize gay marriage in a public referendum.
And this is why we should all be Irish. Because they're clearly lovely, considerate people. Not because I'm gay.
Wait, so you are gay then, or...?
You fucking know what I meant! May 23rd.
In 1533, the marriage of King Henry VIII to Catherine of Aragon is declared null and void. In 1995, the first version of the Java programming language is released.
May 24th.
In 1935, the first night game in Major League Baseball history is played in Cincinnati, Ohio, with the Cincinnati Reds beating the Philadelphia Phillies 2-1 at Crosley Field. In 1956, the first Eurovision Song Contest is held in Lugano, Switzerland.
May 25th.
In 1977, the first Star Wars film is released in theaters. In 2011, Oprah Winfrey airs her last show, ending her 25-year run of The Oprah Winfrey Show.
May 26th.
In 1923, the first 24 hours of Le Mans car race was held and has since been run annually in June. In 1998, the Supreme Court of the United States rules that Ellis Island, the historic gateway for millions of immigrants, is mainly in the state of New Jersey, not New York.
May 27th.
In 1967, Australians vote in favour of a constitutional referendum granting the Australian government the power to make laws to benefit Indigenous Australians and to count them in the national census. In 2016, Barack Obama is the first president of the United States to visit Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and meet its survivors.
Good guy, Bracky Barn Barn. May 28th.
In 1952, the women of Greece are granted the right to vote. In 1999, in Milan, Italy, after 22 years of restoration work, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, The Last Supper, is put back on display.
May 29th.
In 1973, Tom Bradley is elected the first black mayor of Los Angeles, California. In 2001, the US Supreme Court rules that the disabled golfer Casey Martin can use a car to ride in tournaments.
May 30th.
In 1842, John Francis attempts to murder Queen Victoria as she drives down Constitution Hill in London with Prince Albert. In 2013, Nigeria passes a law banning same-sex marriage.
May 31st, we're done.
In 2013, the asteroid 1998 QE2 and its moon make their closest approach to Earth for the next 2 centuries. In 2005, Vanity Fair reveals that FBI agent Mark Felt was deep-throated.
Culture, are you going to provide any context for that last bit?
Nope.
Okay then. Well, I guess we'll see you guys in next week's video.
Follow CultureCrash on social